All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to be going over a fairly interesting unit, the new Brynhildr. She's going to be dropping in about a day and a half on global. And I think she's actually a really interesting unit because when I first saw her kit, I instantly wrote her off like absolutely useless, no usage whatsoever in the game. But she is actually a fairly good unit in PvP. She's an exceptional farming unit for gold because she automatically applies that debuff, so therefore Shin can have his weak point, and then you use King for AoEs and whatnot. So she's really good in that. I don't know if she's better than the Mono, but it's kind of like 50-50. I'm not too sure. I haven't really used her too much, but from what I've heard, a lot of whales, or like a lot of JP players have swapped her out for this unit. So yeah, let's just hop through her kit, and we'll go through the banner. And I guess we'll just go through the banner first, because that's pretty much like a big deal breaker realistically. This is the banner. It has Brynhildr at 0.5% rate. It has red Liz, green Gother, green Alaska, blue Dairy, red Elaine, blue Elaine, wedding Diane, Halloween Diane, blue Osborne Hawk, and blue Elot. Overall, the banner, like most of the units have a use. Okay, I guess she doesn't really have a use. Gother has a use. Halloween Alaska has a fairly decent use. Blue Dairy, Rimuru absolutely cucks, unfortunately. Elaine, I don't really use this Elaine, but she has a fairly solid backline passive. This Elaine is fairly good in PvP if you use the new Fest King. Wedding Diane's basically just a Link, I believe, Giant Link. This Diane hasn't really had much use, not much use, and Guild Boss unit. So it's a fairly decent banner. It's decent. It's definitely not like must summon or anything, but I mean, it has value. It has value for people who are like trying to get one of each unit. Like. Wedding Diane has not reran since, I believe, her banner dropped, I do believe. Blue Elaine is a fairly good unit, and most people probably skipped her just because of how close it was to Anniversary. I think it was like right before Annie. Halloween Alaska, I know a lot of people probably skipped. She's a pretty good unit. And then obviously for the people who somehow missed the free green Gother, you have another chance of getting him. And then the Brynhildr, of course. So it's a fairly decent banner. Now let's go over the skills. She's a red unit. She's a human, and also counts as Ragnarok. Just saying that just because of her passive that's about to come up. For her passive, for every hero with the Ragnarok characteristic on the battlefield, increases the hero's basic stats by 12%. So this also includes like Ragnarok Diane, Merlin, Bon, and Lostfane. And it also decreases all enemies' attack-related stats and defense-related stats by 15% for one turn. So now you can also run her with Mono because it's two defensive, or two buffs, that only proc for one turn. So that's pretty good, or at least I believe so. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that these two work together. Maybe they don't. But actually, no, I don't think it does because they can't have more than one debuff. So I assume one of them would overlap. I'm not too sure which one would take priority actually, but so far in 4v4 we were testing her out, and she's actually really, really good. You put her on like a Rimuru Ludo team, or just like a Rimuru, Lilia, Trader Melly, and Brynhildr team. It does really, really well, I'm not gonna lie. But the main takeaway is this card right here, Inflicts Weak Point. This card is pretty lackluster, to be honest. Unless you get like a rank 3, it's not going to be doing anything crazy. It can build up your Meliodas though if you use Melee, so that's pretty nice. But Charges just only ignores defense, so it's basically like the one Escandar's Relic but slightly better, so it's pretty bad. But in Weak Point, she instantly applies a debuff, and Inflict Weak Point is 3 times damage against debuffed enemies, and it's AoE, so they can't hide behind a pesky taunt realistically. So that's pretty good. And also you guys will have to keep in mind that the next 2 or so units that are leaked are going to be Ragnarok based units, so that is another big thing. And she also has a relic. I almost completely went over it. Only one debuff can be on the hero, increase the attack by 20% when debuffed, so that's a pretty good relic, especially because a lot of the units nowadays are like debuff meta crazy, like Lilia, Kyo, Mono to an extent, I guess, Green Sario, stuff like that. I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, but yeah, I think she's a fairly solid unit overall. Like, if only, I just wish she had a better single target. Just wish she had a better single target. Like, even just like a buff removal would have been better than a charge card. But Her ultimate obviously just inflicts damage equal to 490% of attack on one enemy and restores the HP of all allies by 30% of damage dealt. So first look, she doesn't seem crazy, but she does work fairly well, especially if you get more than one weak point AoE. And then also thinking of the Ragnarok units coming out, I genuinely think that this is a unit worth picking up if you have the gems. If you aren't a whale or you don't have enough to spend, don't do it. It's only a 242 gem banner. Nope, wrong banner. Take that out. It's a 600 gem banner. Completely wrong banner. That's the next leaked Meliodas. That is going to be a 242. This is a 600 gem banner. I went on it and let me just quit this out real quick. I went on it and my first 300 gems was an absolute shaft. I didn't pull anything, and then I ended up pulling 3 Elaines on my second half alongside 3 of the Brynhildrs, or 2 Brynhildrs and 1 Pity. So yeah, that if you just want to know any luck, that's what I got. It went fairly well, but yeah, if you have the gems to spare, I think you should do it. It has fairly good value. You could probably end up skipping either the melee or the unit after that. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down below if you are gonna summon. Like, realistically, I think she is a skip unless you have a lot of gems, so that way, you know, just rephrasing it for better context. But yeah, that's gonna be about it. Hope you guys enjoy. Take care, and let me know down below if you guys are gonna be summoning. I will be skipping on global, so no stream. Probably just gonna be focusing on the final boss event. But yeah, that's about it. Take care and peace.